Hey, howdy, hey. It's time to watch our Island of Soda Friends with your favorite cowboy, Woody. So, yesterday we watched James and the Red Balloon, and now we're about to watch Twin Trouble. So, let's get on to watch the Scotland Twins. Twin
Donald and
Trouble.
Douglas are Scottish twin engines. They're practical, peppery, and proud. They nearly always
You know, this
work
scene looks like
together.
from the Black Lock run I watched last year from that Halloween DVD.
One day,
Now,
Donald and
this
Douglas
story is
were
about
shifting
Donald
through
and
the
Douglas.
countryside, hauling a heavy load. Down the line, Trevor the traction engine had been struggling with a big cartload of hay. Crossing the tracks, the cart's wheels had broken off.
Oh dear.
Then Trevor heard a whistle. "Oh no," Trevor cried.
The twins are coming. And I was right.
Donald could see the cart. "Stop!"
Oh no. I can't watch.
Donald's driver applied the brakes, but it was too late.
Oh dear. Ooh. That's gonna leave a mark.
Luckily, no one was hurt.
Well, that's a good sign.
"Stop being pushy," Donald snapped. "Don't call me pushy," Douglas snapped back. "You
Oh,
shouldn't have
dear.
pushed me into the
Twin
cart,"
fight.
puffed Donald.
Now I can
"You
see why it's a
paid me."
Twin Trouble
"You mean,"
episode.
argued Douglas.
Because they argue.
"Didn't. Did. Did not. Did too."
Stop fighting, you
Before
two.
long, the track was cleared, and Donald and Douglas were on their way.
Well, that's a good sign.
The twins were so cross they refused to speak to each other for the rest of the day.
Oh, man.
The next day, Sir Topham Hatt needed an engine to help Duck at the smelter's yards.
Alright.
"May I go, sir?" said Donald eagerly. "I only need one engine," said Sir Topham Hatt, "not two." "I am only one engine, sir," said Donald, "and I would like to work with Duck." Sir Topham Hatt was surprised, but agreed.
Really?
Thomas was worried.
Same here. I'm a little worried myself, besides
"I
Thomas.
know I'd miss Annie and Clarabelle. I'll work better on my own," sniffed Douglas.
Oh, brother.
"I have work to do," huffed Donald. At first, Donald enjoyed working with Duck.
Okay. But then what?
Then things started to go wrong.
Like what?
"Did you shunt those freight cars onto the other line?" Donald asked. "You said you wanted them on the other line," Duck replied. "Not that other line, the other line."
I'm confused.
Donald
Like,
was
what other
cross.
line?
Douglas would have known what I meant. He huffed.
I'm like confused. Like, what other line?
Douglas was working on his own.
Passing through Henry
He
and with his
chugged
slow
dutifully
freight
through
train.
the beautiful countryside. But Douglas had no one to share it with. Although he tried not to, he was beginning to miss his twin.
I could tell because it's quite sad
That
if you
night,
don't have nobody to help
Douglas's
you.
driver took him to visit Donald. "I was just passing," said Douglas. "Have you come to say you're sorry?" Donald sniffed. This
Not
made
again.
Douglas very cross. "I've nothing to be sorry for," he said, and steamed away in a huff.
Oh, man.
The next day, Donald was in a bad mood. Duck could see he was getting too
Huh?
close to the buffers.
Oh, no.
"Look out!" Duck shouted. But it was too
Oh.
late.
Oh, dear.
Donald's driver was very cross. "This wouldn't have happened if you were working with Douglas," he said.
Now you agree with him,
knew
Donald?
He was right. And Duck knew he couldn't pull Donald back onto the rails. So he went for help.
Come on, Duck. Let's go get some help.
Douglas was sadly finishing his work as Duck steamed into the depot. "Donald is in trouble," said Duck.
Douglas, you gotta help him,
"In trouble,"
quick.
Douglas cried. "I'm on my way." And
Let's
he
go.
steamed off as fast as he could.
A way to rescue your brother, partner. Let's go. Pull, Douglas. Pull.
Douglas struggled and
Pull.
struggled. He finally pulled his twin gently back onto the tracks.
Phew.
He was relieved Donald wasn't hurt.
That's a good sign.
"Thank you," Donald said, "and I'm sorry." "No, I'm sorry," said Douglas. "I'm sorry," insisted Donald.
Oh.
"Don't argue about who's sorry," chuckled Duck. "Just be glad you're back together."
Duck's right.
And they were.
I agree with you, Mr. Narrator. And now that ends our episode right here. So that's another episode of Woody Watches Thomas, and we'll see you soon for our next episode. So long, partners, and have a good night.